would the support players around Cunningham have played better if Cunningham had not been there?
Give me 1 minute, please. Could be on. Give me 1 minute.
Somehow make Pistons fans feel better. There's nothing to feel good about in this regard, because it's going to be history tomorrow night if Orlando closes it out. And when Orlando closes it out, whether it's tomorrow night or Friday night, it will make history, because this will be just a bit high in the last quarter century that an 8 seed has advanced.
Sorry, I have to update things now. Smooth that up on my
just a few years ago, that Miami Heat team that went on a run took out the Bucks in 5 games. Last time before that, 11 years previous, Sixers over the Bulls in 6 games in 2012. Year before that, Grizzlies over the Spurs in 6 games in 2011. And in 2007, the Warriors took out the Mavs in the first round in 6 games. Those are the only 4 times it's happened since the NBA first round.
No.
Best of 7. This is going to be the 5th.
Oh, yeah.
And don't lie. Don't. You
I'll have to post it in.
didn't have the Magic winning this series.
No.
I didn't even have the
Camera.
Magic getting into this series.
142 zoom in. That's what I use normally. If anybody's curious, I think unless you're like, I'm geometrically challenged right now, so I'm not really relying on numbers. So I go by the feel of the numbers. So 142 sounds about okay. This is 142 zoomed in. Yeah. Okay. What do I need? I need to take my medicine. So I found out, some people think that I'm making that sound. This is like a demon possessed sound coming up. I'm not making this sound, but it's gonna come up. You'll hear it. Yeah, you heard that? That's not me. That's scary stuff. Double checking. 11. So I messed up on the dates since yesterday. Sorry. Well, it is what it is. How's Satan doing? Barely getting by, sir. Barely getting by. 1 minute. Something new I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write the Hare every day from now on. Which means, do I write it twice on my writing day? I have to figure this out. Probably, I will not write it on my writing day. But, pretty much every day I have to write the Hare once a day. Now that I know how to write Krishna the right way. There's only one way to write Krishna. All the other ways are inauthentic. They're not 100%. There's only one way that's 100% to write Krishna. Let me demonstrate. Why am I talking? Why am I doing this live stream for? Like, am I visually that challenged? I can't even show my writing. Okay, so this is the correct way to write Krishna. You always start with the header. That's a header. Can you see that? This sucks. Okay, well, put up with it, please. So you always start with the header, and maybe I'll do it oh, you know what, I'll just do it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. You always start with the header, and then you start with the main thing, which is Ga. So you start from, I start from here and do that. Now I'll do it twice more so you can see it. Now the initial thing doesn't have to be that long. It could stop right there. And it doesn't have to connect at that point. But after that, I'm gonna write that twice more. I'll write it 5 times just so that people can see. There's only one way to write Kείμ. There's only one way. All the other ways are inauthentic. They're not 100%. There's only one way to write Kείμ, which is 100%, which is what I'm doing right now. So after that comes this, that connection. Okay, I think that's where 90% of people missed. So after that is this. Now this is clearly good. Now you go good. Now, so can you? Yeah, you can see that. So that's the next one. So maybe I'll even number it here. Yeah. So for this is 1, and you could zoom in later. I'm not gonna go to. And then this is 2, and this is the important part. That's 3. That connection is 3, and then this is 4, and then you continue on. This, you know, and now comes the crazy part. So you go that way. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop right there. So I'll highlight it. So that's step number 5. Step number 6 is the shu part, and that's the crazy part. Shuna. Don't forget, it's not just shu, it's shuna, and there's only one correct way to write shuna. All the other ways are inauthentic, and this is also where 90% of people miss. So you got two places in writing of Kမျိ where 90% of people made the first mistake, and also the 90% of people made the second mistake. So that's like 90% times 90, which is, you know, you 1 in a million people may know how to write it the correct way. How would you know? They'll grow back their teeth. If anybody is growing back their teeth and they're chanting Kείμ, they know how to write it correctly. There's only one way to write it. Anyway, so here we go. So that's the step I'm gonna do. So I'll rewrite it over and over. That's what I'll do. So that's 6. You see that there? You have to go down first, and then go back up. That's the correct. It's the only. There's only one way to write shu. That's it. In shuna. Like, you know, you could write it. You have your like shupra. You could, you know, you have to write it differently. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. There's only one way to write shuna. There's only one way. All the other ways are inauthentic. So that's number 6. Now, this is the 90%. So what I'm doing right now is where 90% of people missed. Shana. That. That's 7. Maybe a little more complicated for some. So you go that way, and then you go backwards. So that's 7. Now I'm scoring up because I'm near the end. So that's 7, and then you go 8. 8 is the you always end with the horizontal line. You start with the horizontal line. You always end with the horizontal line. That little short line. That's the sign of respect. That means I am civilized. That's what it means.
The world is huge, like 197 million square miles huge, but it's also smaller than I think, with unlimited.
So that's it. So you know, you go down, up. So you go down, up, and then backward, and then you go down, and that's it. That's it. That's the only way to write Krishna. You know, I'll do it here. So you start with the header, and then you connect it, and then you go good. That's the 90% of mistakes, and then you continue on. There's no break. I didn't make a break, and that's right. And then you always end with the end. That's it. That's the only way to write Krishna. So I'm gonna have, you know, I'll write the Hare Krishna mantra every day, 6 days a week. From now on, I have no choice. I have no choice.
I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
More than 90. When I say 90%, I'm being generous. Mathematically, I would say more than 95%. Made a same mistake. Twice in 2 locations in writing of Krishna. 95% times 95%, which I think amounts to, you know, 1 in a million people. 1 in a, maybe, yeah, one in 100 million people, maybe. 1 in 100 million people may be more accurate. Okay, now I need more medicine, and then I'll do this. Thank you, and I have to get my stuff anyway. Oh, it's right here. Thank you, though.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances?
Yeah, I need medicine. After Sanskrit stuff, I need medicine. Not everybody needs medicine to do Sanskrit. I do. Otherwise, I'm gonna shake the whole session. You know, nobody likes it. I don't like being shaken.
Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guarantee quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. We want to
So when you can't write something, then comes the deterioration of the sound. The sound itself is affected by the lack of correct writing, if that makes sense. Scary if you think about it. So that's why I have to write the Hare Krishna. I have to write it every day, once every day. Okay.
With the first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
My check. Cool.
Westwood One Sports.
I was about to say, if you're a fan of the draft, you know exactly who Dave Brugler is.
My left ear is heavily damaged. My right ear is also damaged. It means sensitive hearing, but now I'm learning to distinguish between sounds. I couldn't do that when it was too sensitive. I couldn't do that at all. So now I know that's not a human sound, that kind of stuff. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you.
To win into the 2026 NFL Draft with Dave Brugler of The Athletic joining us now on You Better You Bet on Westwood One Sports. This segment is sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Protecting your business vehicles
シュリアグナ예나마하 나마스테 아그니シュリバラバマナクルシュヌヤナマハ
I think that's what May's for. We still have putting the finishing touches on this draft. Got a 2027 mock draft that just went up today on the Athletic. So
나마스테 슈리 바라바 마나스 파드랑
the bow on 2026. And let's just start with Mendoza. Let's just start right off the top. How high should the expectations be? Because, Fernando Mendoza goes in as the first
바라바 마나바라마 야 나마하
well, it's the 2026 draft. Maybe any other year, he's not the first overall pick or the first quarterback taken. But is there a way for Fernando Mendoza to pay off on all of the expectations that usually come with the first overall?
슈리 바라바 마나부드타 야 나마하 슈리 바라바 마나 유티슈 트위라 야 나마하
with Mendoza, it just feels like a safe bet. Now, there's no such thing as a sure bet, obviously. We've seen plenty of top 10 picks not pan out, especially at the quarterback position. But with Mendoza, I think you look at some of the key parts of his game, the accuracy, the intelligence, the intangibles, the toughness. I think those are kind of the key parts of his foundation and what makes him a good player. And what he did in clutch moments in college, to me, you take all those things and say, okay, we don't know if anything's going to work out. I'm going to bet on this guy. And so I think it'll be interesting. One of the main concerns, just him being able to have a little more creation.
No, shukha. No, shalom.
Find the backside dig. Can he do some of those things that maybe he just wasn't asked to do in Indiana? And so I think that when you're the Raiders,
슈리 가누에샤 야 나마하
trying to find a quarterback,
슈리 바라슈라마 야 나마하
someone you are
슈리 바푸파다 야 나마하 슈리 아드바이타 자리야 야 나마하 슈리 알주나 야 나마하 슈리 하누마테 나마하 슈리 가루두 야 나마하 슈리 느르심하 야 나마하 슈리 바라바 마나두리오타나 야 나마하 슈리 바라바 마나 야마라자 야 나마하 슈리 알주나카르키네 나마하 Shri Gāṇḍwīvaya Namaha. Shri Matsyaya Namaha. Shri Kulmaya Namaha. Shri Balavamana. Shri Balavamanavarahaya Namaha. Shri Naraya Namaha. Hare Krishna Manantram, Prabhupada Manantram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste. Hare Krishna Manantram Putram, Gāṇḍwīva Manantram, Arjunakalki Manantram. Hare Krishna, Hare RāMA, Hare Duryodhana, Hare HADU. HAKḵA HABA HADU HAYU, HAKḵA HABA HADU HAYU, HAKḵA HABA HADU HAYU. Shri Arjunakalki Manantraya Namaha. Shri Gāṇḍwīva Manantraya Namaha. Shri Hare Krishna Manantra Bhadraya Namaha. Shri Balavamanagananda. Shri Balavamanaganandvivaya Namaha. Namaste. Na Shakha. Na Shalom.
Exhaustive information on every single player. It's amazing how you put it together every year. I don't know how you do it. Let me ask you about the half-dozen teams that had multiple first-round picks. Because I know a lot of them, when I was checking out your rankings, it's not necessarily letter grades, but you rank them from 1 to 32.
Hare Krishna, Hare RāMA, Hare Duryodhana, Hare HADU. 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 Shri Caturbalavamanavarahaya Namaha. Na Shakha. Na Shalom. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Balavamana Jagannathaya Namaha. Shri Naraya Namaha. Shri Balavamana Narayanaya Namaha. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Na Shakha. Na Shalom.
From a snap-to-snap basis, that's the only thing holding him back. If he were, he'd have been a top 5 block in this class. And then with Chris Johnson coming back, the corner, who ended up being the second corner drafted, Chris Johnson was only 3
Ana
players.
Bekuak Gedula Emineka Tatil Gerura.
The first round pick, a little bit of a high-risk, high-reward. That second first-round pick, more of a, let's get one on the fairway. Chris Johnson's going to be a solid starter for us.
Gabel Linat Ameka Sagavenu Daharenu Nora.
You do for the beast. I've mentioned several times how exhaustive it is. I mean, you unearth these little details about guys from, you know, their
No
youth,
Dibul
sports
Dorul
days,
Shei
growing up,
Ihudeka
school stats.
Gebabat Shomoram.
If you think back on the mid-yearly preparation for the other this year, was one of the most interesting little tidbits that you uncover about someone in the
나
process.
샤카, 나 샬롬.
My favorite part about doing this is just learning about these journeys. Because there's all these players getting to the doorstep of the NFL, but they all got here in different ways. Whether they had a football in their crib growing up, or they started playing as seniors in high school. Key to have the corner from Arizona State who went to the Lions in the 5th round. Him being a competitive inline skater growing up, winning the national championship in the 300 meters, setting a U.S. record in the 7th grade in Omaha, Nebraska. And that's just something I've heard about wrestlers, former wrestlers becoming offensive linemen, and basketball players obviously, but that was the first with the inline skater. But I have to imagine some of that, the endurance, the balance, the lower body strength. I have to imagine some of that translated over to the football field. Haynes King, the Georgia Tech quarterback who signed, went undrafted to sign with the Panthers, which is a good
Oh, I
spot.
forgot to switch.
He's one of the toughest players just in this draft, full stop. And I think that's
I just finished it.
he was a lefty quarterback, and he got hurt. And most kids, they're just gonna, sit on the bench for a few months.
The positive Geneva. I'll make a better scan in the future. What if I heal? Wow. Ain't that the truth? I did not say when, I said if. That's self-humbling.
Your first way too early mock 27 is out. You just put it up on the Athletic this morning. 5 quarterbacks in the first round, 3 in the top 10. Arch Manning, Dante Moore, and then I went.
바르캠, 다하렘, 라카메이, 지드카테카, 따미, 고물렘.
People need to know exactly who he is going into this year.
Former walk-on, went to North Texas and just lit it up. And I think it's
Sin Kadosh, Pero, Dubeka, Nahel, Adateka.
with his head coach, Eric Morris. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how he adapts to the competition and can take that next step. But I tell you, scouts are buzzing about him and his ability, where he could be a year from now, 2 years from now. He's one
No,
of the
Shaka,
feels like
no,
the
Shalom.
quarterbacks in this draft where it's more intrigue than anything right now. But
EI.
based off of how the 2026 season goes, absolutely could be in that top 15 conversation in the first round.
We do have like 30 more seconds. Does he have a little bit of a different throwing motion? He almost looks kind of like I don't want to say sidearm, but kind of like 2/3, 3/4 motion.
It's why I say that he's
Tikkun Hanefesh.
slinging the ball all over the place, and he doesn't need that set base. He doesn't need, he's able to find his balance and put it on the money. So, we'll see how that translates to the Big 12. But like
No,
I said, scouts
Shaka.
are really
No,
intrigued with
Shalom.
how we can take that next step.
Dane, fantastic stuff. Love picking your brain. Absolutely
Get
love
the-
the Beast, which if you subscribe to The Athletic, you can find it there. All the information you need on every single player your team has had through the draft and the undrafted free agent process. But take a couple weeks off. You deserve it, and then get to work on 2027.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Dane Brugler, NFL draft analyst of The Athletic. I know I pumped it up a lot there, Beast, but it seriously is a Bible for those of us that want to know absolutely everything we could possibly know about the prospects our teams may be interested in. If you already know Dane and you know the Beast, and I'm just beating a dead horse here, but it's well worth it to those of you who have not investigated it before. Like I said, I tried bringing it out 1 year, and there's probably a large forest somewhere that needs to be completely replanted. There's that much information on the page for every single prospect. Love talking to him about not just this year, but as you heard, somebody to keep an eye on going into next year as well. Drew Messelbaker, the Oklahoma State quarterback who transferred from North Texas. Go watch some of the video that's been posted already in Dane's mock for 2027 on Messelbaker. Coming up next, some teams, they're not nearly as worried about the draft as they are about the now. And one director of player personnel basically said the quiet part out loud about his team and why they're all in on now. We'll let you hear exactly what he said next here on You Believe It on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.
use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical scams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful to be prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com.
Camera's going crazy.
That's ethos.com/money. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online questions required.
Focus.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you are inactively way too many hours a day. Get in a lift with premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance, strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products are not evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
The U.S. Treasury quietly released its official financial report for 2025. It appears by its own numbers, the U.S. government seems to installment. It's reported that the Treasury shows about $6 trillion in assets and over $47 trillion in liabilities. Add it all up, and it looks like the U.S. owes more than $130 trillion it doesn't have. If that were a family, they earn $52,000 a year, spend $73,000, and already need more than $1 million underwater. Any accountant would call that insolvency. So how does the government fix this? It can print money, which regulates your purchasing power. It can raise taxes, or it can cut benefits. And none of those can help to protect you. That's why many people who have something to lose move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Assets that can't be printed, defaulted on, or voted away. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide and a no-pressure conversation. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a age 45 non-smoker can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month level rate for 10 years, or a man age 50 non-smoker can obtain $500,000 coverage for a month premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for a new or replacement term life insurance, call Term Busters today for a quote at 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Rate and availability may vary by state. Standard quotes based on preferred non-smoker. Underwriting and exam required. Call 1-800-908-7636 for details. Pay for a manager insurance agent. Individuals and businesses with tax problems.
I'm gonna remember to write.
Losing control of your finances. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guarantee quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
New York, and overseas
가서
Live the thrill of the action.
No idea what's going on, but I am excited.
Every pick, every play, every game-changing moment. This is You Better You Bet, brought to you by BetMGM on Westwood One Sports.
Chris Mack in for the Costos today here on You Better You Bet, presented by BetMGM. And you can log into your BetMG account, MGM account. Words mean bet today. Log into your BetMGM account to receive an Any Sport Parlay Boost token. To use it, all you gotta do is add a parlay wager made up of any sports to your bet slip and activate the token. If you win your wager that was made with Parlay Boost token, you'll receive extra winnings all inside the BetMGM app today. Two opportunities tonight for teams to close things out in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Celtics host the Sixers, and then a little bit later, the Spurs host the Blazers. You've also got sandwiched in between those two games, Hawks, Knicks, tied at 2 apiece, Game 5 at the tipping just after 8 p.m. Eastern on NBC. We'll talk to Mike Geldzeiler of Sirius XM NBA Radio in 20 minutes about tonight's games, as well as what we saw last night. The Pistons now on the brink. The Suns eliminated in a sweep by the Thunder, and the Nuggets finding new life in Game 5 against an Anthony Edwards and Dante DiVincenzo-led Timberwolves squad. All of that on the way. But yesterday, a lot of teams, I guess over the last 48 hours really, a lot of teams have done their post-draft press conferences around the NFL. And one of those teams, and one of those player personnel executives slash GMs who did a press conference yesterday was Duke, the Cincinnati Bengals. And he was asked, I would say he was asked more questions about trading out of the 10th spot for Dexter Lawrence than he was about the players that he actually drafted. Which makes sense. It's a huge addition in the last 4 or 5 days since the draft got started. I don't want to say it's fallen off the radar, but it's been kind of lost in the wash with everything going on at the draft. That the Bengals went out and added a significant piece in the middle of their defensive front in exchange for the 10th overall pick. Now, a lot of people looked at that face value and said, "Wait, 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence, and you have a signed good extension. It's a lot to give up." But in this draft, I don't know if the 10th pick was necessarily what it would be worth in a lot of other drafts. I also think that the Bengals had to make moves for now. This is a move for now. Duke Tobin said as much yesterday. I'm paraphrasing here. He essentially said, yes, there are good players. There were plenty of good players available with that 10th overall pick after watching the draft, but this is a known commodity. This is an all-pro. This is a guy that we know can produce now, as opposed to waiting for him to develop and produce down the line, as you have to do sometimes with first-round picks. And let's be honest, even in the top 10, some first-round picks don't pan out. And the Bengals don't have the luxury of time. The Bengals have to be awful about it right now. The Bengals have to be all in on now, because you can't waste any more of Joe Burrow's peak. Their defense absolutely abysmal the last couple of years, especially last season. They had to do everything they could to try and shore that defense up. And Sexy Dexy Lawrence goes a long way, especially up front on the defensive line. Plus Boye Mafe, Jonathan Allen, all added in the front seven. They did use their second-round pick, their first pick of the draft, on KºSHH as well. So, 4 additions up front, either trade or free agency
뭘
for the draft to help their defense. Now, the second most asked question of Duke Tobin yesterday was about his linebacker, which they really didn't do anything to address this offseason. He sat there and insisted that he's okay with his linebacker. We'll see if that works out for him or not. But to this point, it looks like he has done everything he could to help this team this year, which, again, Cincinnati has to be all in on now. They've missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. If they have another year where, especially if Burrow is healthy, they miss the playoffs, Zach without a K is going to be Zach without a John. I nailed that. Because, much like we talked about the Cowboys yesterday, in my opinion, Brian Schottenheimer is going to be the one to pay. If they have this incredible draft that everyone has talked about,
No,
and they don't get back to the playoffs, I think that's the way it's going to go. And Frank Schwab made a great point when he was on from Yahoo Sports yesterday. He said, hey, you know,
Jacky tycker amerikappen så kriget du ska täcka. Jacky tycker amerikappen så kriget du ska täcka. Shavatenu kabel kushima janakatenu yode a dailumut.
There's not a lot of places left to turn to blame if it doesn't work. Aside from injuries,
So now I'm writing the Hare HAKḵ. I have a separate writing session. You will just you won't see me what I write in this session. During my writing session, this is the first time I'm writing it the correct way. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just show it afterwards. That's what this is how it is now. I almost ripped the page up. And I'll write the monitor and then I'll show it. That's what I'll do for now. Oh yeah, I need medicine. 1 minute, and I'll only do 1 second. Works out. Everything is working. Somewhat.
Joe Burrow's going to look around and go, guys, I don't know what more you want from me. Thank you. You've given me my receivers.
I should so maybe that's let me just double check. I'll stay on Kabbalah for now. Lost my holy bread knife. Here we go, writing the Hare HAKḵ. My first time writing it the correct way. And from now on, I'll be writing it every single day. During my writing session day, I will not write this. That's what I'll do. Today's date, 4/28. There we go.
don't talk about the ridiculous level of investigative sports journalism that has gone into Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel's lives. But I'm not here to tell you you're wrong, and I'm not here to tell you that I don't also find it titillating and hilarious and somewhat sad, all at the same time. But somebody posted last night screenshots of a Spotify playlist called Turning the Page that this guy claims Diana Rossini created on Spotify and shared with a username Mike on December 19th, 2022. Such bangers as Pump It by Beyonce and Big Energy by Lotto, mixed in with classics like House Party by Sam Hunt and Raise Your Glass by Pink, and the always annoying Pump It Louder by the Black Eyed Peas. If you asked me to name a song that I never have to hear again in the history of my life, there is a very good chance it would be a Black Eyed Peas song, and there is a near 100% chance that would force to narrow it down, Pump It Louder by the Black Eyed Peas.
Wrote it the wrong way. Let's try to finish it.
Number one song on the top of that list. Now, there are some quality tracks on here. As a lover of 80s hair metal, grew up with it. Photograph by Def Leppard, Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses, Dance the Night Away by Van Halen, and I wonder if there was, did the Titans play the Steelers that year? Renegade by Styx. What is schizophrenic playlist? Now, I'm not guaranteeing that this is totally accurate, but the guy who posted it, David Kabuchi, says it is, and it just happened to coincide.
So there is power in Sanskrit when you write it the correct way.
Things were not going well for Mike Vrabel at the end of that season.
Magic.
And apparently, Diana Rossini shared this Spotify playlist with someone named Mike right around the time of that 4-game
Why am I
losing
writing Hare Hare
Could you
Hare?
imagine? Okay, let's set aside the fact or the sordid details of how Rossini and Vrabel came to have whatever relationship they had. Could you imagine being friends with anyone, let alone more than friends, and sharing with them a Spotify playlist that included both God of Thunder by Kiss and Pump It Louder by the Black Eyed Peas? That person would no longer be friends with me. And I don't just mean in the Spotify sense or the social media sense. That person would delete my name from their contacts and never answer a call or text ever again. I was going through a rough patch.
I wrote it all the way, like, I wrote it wrong.
And Pump It Louder by the Black Eyed Peas?
Just needed to write Krishna. So I'll just read the Hare Krishna.
Again, assuming this is true.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
God of Thunder by Kiss.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Now I'll chant one side of the Gun Mantra. That's my morning ritual. Eventually this will be called something morning ritual.
The Rossini-Vrabel relationship is just...
Or just the morning ritual.
If we could spend some of these resources on something more important, I think it might be
Ha-Sheiten's morning ritual.
that I don't find it both hilarious and sad at the same time, and also wildly entertaining on top of all of it. NBA playoffs roll on, the Nuggets have some life, the Pistons look dead, the Thunder eliminate the Suns, and a couple
taking a bit more, and then mantra.
Next, here on You Better You Bet on Westwood One Sports.
After a national title game,
Okay, here we go. But now switching.
No medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank.
Okay, chanting 8.
Member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Holy, what's wrong? I just got hit with credit card and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save
Straighter
and create
than
custom
usual.
budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses. Advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert's
Super
policy
straight
is to
motherfucker. I mean,
money
sorry.
and
Here we go.
Downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert.
Hare Krishna, Hare RāMA, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yuga.
Up to $10,000 for
Hare Krishna, Hare RāMA, Hare Duryodhana, Hare Yuga. 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 Shri Ashita-bala Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha. Na Shikha, na Shalom. One second. I need to see the monitor. That sounds like hell. I'm gonna turn it down. Holy motherfucker. It's talking about sales taxes. Okay, here we go. Shri Ashita-bala Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha. Na Shikha, na Shalom. I got one name. Shuri Ashitama Lava Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha Na Chakha Na Shalom. I got one name. Shuri Ashitama Lava Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha Na Chakha Na Shalom. I got one name. Shuri Ashitama Lava Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha Na Chakha Na Shalom. I got it. Two more. Shri Ashitaba Lava Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha Na Shaka Na Shalom. Up to bell. Thank you, sorry. Namaste. Chanting with no magic, no spell. Chanting, that's the correct term. Chanting without spell. Without a spell. Chanting without a spell. Here we go. I got it. Okay. Final round. I did not count. Alright, two more. God wants me to do another one. Two more. Not final. Okay. Shri Ashitaba Lava Manavara Ha-Ya Namaha Na Shaka Na Shalom. I got it. Now final ring. Yeah, timing wise, should have ended before 1 hour. What am I saying? I don't even know. Here we go. Shri Hashitaba Mana Buddha Ya Namaha. No, it's okay. No, some. 그러네. Shri Alabama Namaha. Okay, I'm done. Thank you very much. The Sanskrit recitations at 2:15 p.m. That's it. Have a good day. Namaste. Na Shakha. Na Shalom.